Hi, I'm Jason with Champion Fitness Training, and today we're going to go through a segment called self-myofascial release. It's actually a form of flexibility training. Not in the traditional sense of, where you go into a stretch or whatnot and hold it, or any type of active and dynamic movement. More of a self-massage technique with the use of a biofoam roller. Now these rollers, there are lots of different variety that you can get out there now. Back in the day, this was pretty much the only one you get. This white one here, either in a foot-long size like this guy, or 3 feet long right here. But now they've kind of evolved to the point where you can get them in different densities, firmness. This medieval-looking thing here, the rumble roller, gets in there nice and good in some of those muscle knots. But the whole purpose of it is, just like with massage, is to get in and to break up the muscle knots and muscle adhesions, which is going to improve blood flow to the area, actually make the muscle a lot more relaxed, and actually make you more susceptible to improved flexibility. You can stretch all you want, but if you've got a lot of muscle knots and tension, the muscle's going to stay chronically tight, and this is where these guys come in. And of course, the other benefit too is just for recovery purposes, off days after an intense workout, a run, or what have you, a great way to minimize muscle soreness and get you back into the battlefield, so to speak. So with that being said, we're going to go through these styles and whatnot, where you can get these. Boise Fitness Equipment here locally has a great variety of these. You can also check out performbetter.com if you want to do your online shopping that way. They range anywhere from $20 to $60. So that being said, I'm going to go through my 4 favorite ones here next. Okay, so the first one we're going to go through is the IT band. What we're going to do is you're going to position your body perpendicular to the roller here. We've got more of a medium density roller here. Legs are stacked on top of each other. A couple things we could do if the, I guess, housekeeping note. If your pain scale on this, on a 1 to 10, 10 being excruciating painful, is above a 7, you need a softer roller, or you need less pressure on that. You can put a mat underneath the roller, or you can also cross the leg over right here. IT band can be really tender the first time doing it, especially for you runners out there. That being said, pain scale between 3 and 7 is kind of what you want to shoot for with this. So the roller is positioned just below my hip on the inner side of my body. I got my leg stacked or my leg crossed over based on my pain tolerance, and then using my arms, I'm just slowly rolling down the outside of my leg. Now, when I find a happy spot or a hot spot, or basically a muscle knot or a little bit of discomfort, you want to stay on that adhesion or that hot spot for about a 20 to 30 second period, or until you kind of feel that pain start to subside by about 50 to 75%. With that, of course, you're kind of self-gauging, but that's kind of what you're after, and that's when you know that muscle is starting to release, or the knot is starting to release. And then from there, you just continue moving on down to the next fun and exciting spot, pausing and then repeating until you're just above the knee. You don't want to go on the bone, you want to stay more on the soft, meaty part, your muscles basically. So IT band there, you of course would do both sides. Next one is Piriformis and our glute. Here, you're going to sit and kind of position your hip right onto the roller, so I'm on my left side, on my left elbow. Then from there, we're going to cross that left leg over, pull the knee towards our opposite shoulder, just like that. That alone will probably most likely get you to where you need to be. Not as big of an area that you're after here as you are with the IT band. And this one actually is going to feel a little bit more like a stretch. And then once again, that pain kind of subsides. You can move a little bit back and forth, but it's a relatively small area right in that meaty part of the hip and the glute medius and piriformis. From there, quadriceps, very similar to the IT band, where we're going to position face down just below that hip bone. Opposite leg just kicks out to the outside. We use our forearms starting at the top and kind of almost an army crawl motion going down the center of our quad, keeping our core engaged too, so we're not arching or sagging through there. You can also rotate slightly to the outside since it's a big muscular area. Again, looking for those knots, finding one, staying 20 to 30 seconds or until the pain subsides again, 50 to 75%, and then also train a little bit more on the inside part of the quad as well. And then with that, you're trying to, again, span just above the knee and just below that bony part of your hip. And then the last is the calves. So we got the lower part of our calf, our soles, got the upper part is our gastrocnemius. You're going to stack one leg on top of the other. Now, depending on the density of the roller, it's nice if you get a firmer one on this one so you don't have to get into an arm workout. The medium density one or a lower density one, usually you're going to have to kind of prop yourself up like this, and it kind of turns into an arm workout because we're having to kind of walk and glide with our arms and constantly holding ourselves up. You can apply more pressure to that top leg, but it can get a little bit challenging. Other things that work great that aren't foam rollers necessarily. Softball works really great. You don't have to lift yourself at all. Minimal pressure with just that top leg will do the trick. So with the calves, rotating slightly to the outside by turning our lower leg. Again, rolling all the way up to the top part. Again, staying clear of the knee just before we get to the knee is the stopping point, and then just above the heel. And of course, we can also turn more to the inside part of the calf. Those are usually where those knots like to sneak and hide, because that's where all the connective tissue is in the lower part of our leg. But back and forth, just like that. So foam rolling can be used just exclusively for recovery purposes, end of a workout, pre-workout, pre-run, whatever. There's really no rhyme or reason in terms of doing it too much, I guess, except if you're getting bruising and all that, that might be your sign to back off. But at a minimum, I try to suggest using it about 3 times a week, but you can use it up to daily if needed for any of your flexibility needs. Jason with Champion Fitness Training, foam rolling. Thanks for watching.